And so, warm welcome again to the Center for Mindful Living meditation group and platform. We do really seek to uh, have a very welcoming and opening and inclusive space. So, warm welcome. And um, I'll just begin by sharing a little bit about the run of show today. And so what I've planned for today is to really bring the Dharma talk, the Dharma instruction up front, um, to give us some practice pointers for the meditation practice. So I'll be talking first, then we'll go into the practice, and then we'll go right into the reflection and sharing while the meditation, as you're coming out of meditation, that awareness that is still there and vibrant, um, you we can reflect upon how the um, practice was for us. And then we'll go into the movement piece and then close with any announcements. So, as I was mentioning to a few of you before we got started, I'm just coming back from about 40 days of what I called slow travel in Europe. And it was really an opportune time for me personally because I'm between jobs from from being let go of my federal government position. I really wanted to take advantage of this time um, to try and to the best of my abilities to be present and mindful and aware while traveling, and just really noticing and observing, lingering when possible in places, including when taking transportation as I moved across different countries in Europe. And so from that experience, I thought it would be nice to make today's theme be around being awake where you are and the concept of awareness. And so that's what we'll be practicing today. And as I mentioned, I'll be beginning with some practice pointers as part of the Dharma talk and the teaching of the Buddha. And so the underlying capacity of awareness is really knowing that it's always present, being aware that we're aware. And this is a little different from mindfulness. And so I'll explain that a little bit. So the Buddha taught mindfulness as a central element of the path of liberation. And so in his teachings, mindfulness is the ability to remain fully present with one's body, feelings, mind, and the experiences, our experiences without clinging, without craving, aversion, or distraction. And so this type of mindfulness leads to insight. And this reveals, as he taught, the three marks of existence: impermanence or anicca, unsatisfactoriness or dukkha, things going not the way we expected. That's suffering. And then also the not self, anatta. And so by noticing things more clearly through mindfulness practices, just noticing as things arise and as they pass away, we may better be able to understand the causes and conditions that lead to suffering. And as we also practice at the Center for Mindful Living, mindfulness is not just this cold observation. It's also infused with care and compassion. So in his teachings, Buddha often paired mindfulness with loving kindness or the metta practices, karuna, compassion, mudita, sympathetic joy, and equanimity, upekkha. And so these are the heart practices. So I want to set this up to now talk about where awareness comes in. So what is awareness? And the invitation now is a little micro practice is to find out experientially for a few minutes, tapping into awareness. So inviting you to take a posture that is steady and upright, just for a few moments here, and soften your gaze away from your devices. And as you do this, just noticing how consciousness may click in. Just by taking a posture that is steady and upright, softening your eyes, and noticing your body, breathing, feeling, and just sitting here. And breathing with the mind knowing that you're breathing. Being aware of this present moment. Being here and now. This is awareness. Hearing my voice is awareness. And now practicing stopping of being aware. Don't be aware of anything. Just try it for a few moments. How did it go for you? I think you'll notice that you can't stop being aware. It's always there. And you may notice awareness coming and going, even being lost in thought and being distracted. Your awareness is still present, even when it's being directed towards an internal narrative, your thinking mind, rather than being aware of this wider, more expansive field of present moment awareness. And the more you practice, you can begin to tap into being aware of your awareness. And it's more obvious, I think, from my own experience of this awareness when I slow down and turning my attention inward to being here and now. And so for today's meditation practice, I want to offer some pointers before we get started. And there are some pointers to help you establish a quality of awareness by focusing on your posture. And so there's 4 posture-related points. The first, and we'll practice these, but I'll describe them first. The first is establishing a stable posture of having your feet planted firmly on the ground if you're seated on a chair, or feeling your body supported by a cushion, equally supported on your sits bones, and sitting in a way that activates a sense of this steady awareness. So that first posture point is stable posture equals steady awareness. And the second point is upright posture. Sitting in a way that is dignified, like there's a little space between every vertebrae. And this upright posture activates a certain quality of brightness, of alertness. So upright posture equals bright awareness. The third is open posture. Notice when you're sitting, if your shoulders are collapsed, see what it's like, even right now, just to roll your shoulders up and back. Opening the chest. Allowing the breath to flow more freely. Creating this sense of receptivity. So open posture, receptive awareness. And the fourth posture-related point, quality, is relaxed posture. This natural awareness, knowing how we can use the mind-body to calm the nervous system, allowing for some ease into our practice. With a relaxing sense that there's nothing we need to do, and a sense of ease. And then after establishing these 3 posture points or qualities for awareness, there's also another meditation pointer that we will utilize today. And that's focusing on the lower belly, the belly below the belly button, and guiding your attention here, in and down. And you can use your breath as that vehicle, breathing in and down versus up and out to what we're seeing and thinking about. Really guiding our attention inward and down, our focus in and down. This helps soften the mind-body, resting into awareness, cultivating a quality of slowing down our thoughts, calming the body, all naturally through a felt sense of being here. Noticing and softening this, any tension or even unconscious tension that we might be holding in any body part. The belly, the eyes, the shoulders. And these pointers are very helpful for our practice when you're beginning, new practitioner, an old practitioner, any type of practitioner. These are qualities and pointers that we can use daily in our practice. And it's also helpful when we're out in the real world. For example, in and down. We can also practice this when we're walking and in everyday activities, allowing our attention to come in and down into the body, an embodied practice. And feeling your legs walking, your arms swaying, your torso upright, moving in space gently, walking into a sense of relaxed presence, and really being awake where you are. This is what I was also practicing as I was traveling solo and slow travel. Like I had all the time in the world, moving from point A to point B, just noticing my surroundings, no rushing, greeting people with a smile. It was really a joyful experience when I was able to practice this, even a little bit. And we can also practice this in daily activities, like making a morning coffee or tea, going through the steps with this invitation to really be aware in the midst of our activity. What would it be like if we slowed down? Letting go of the concept of time. And so as maybe a bit of homework, you can practice this on your own, in your own life. Sensing, slowing, softening, as an invitation to unhook yourself from this inner drive of rushing. Okay, now that we have established some basic knowledge of these posture-related points and qualities of awareness, along with some basic instruction on this in and down, let's practice. So moving into, if you haven't already, a comfortable posture for meditation. Sitting in a way that is steady and upright. We'll be practicing for about 30 minutes and just wanting to share with you that there's no need to look at the screen or check the time, as I'll be the guide the whole way. So finding a stable posture, moving into a position that feels dignified, with a little bit of an uplift in your spine, rolling your shoulders up and back, creating more space in the front body. Upright posture, bright awareness. allowing your breath to move more smoothly. And just noticing the body breathing naturally. Breathing in and breathing out, all on its own. Creating a sense of receptivity for each breath. And now letting your attention come in and down into your lower belly. Where you can feel the movement of your breath. This embodied breathing. Noticing the beginning of the in-breath and down to where the end of the out-breath fades. Allowing the awareness that's always present to be in and down. Down deep below your navel as you sit and breathe and sense. This open posture, receptive awareness. See if you can get a feel for the sense of down deep, a deep space. As if it's out of this deep space, that breath arises. That sounds appear and disappear. A space where you can hear sounds and feel the sensations. Notice the flickering of thoughts. This deep space of awareness is where it all happens. a deep space that pervades everything. Each breath coming and going. Noticing sounds, just including my voice. Sounds as they arise and fade back into this deep space. Perhaps noticing any depth or color of this deep space. Bringing your attention further down. Can you lean into this depth and silence? Perhaps with a sense of non-being, anatta. A sense of the infinite space, like the infinite night sky. And in the midst of a deep, still consciousness, is a luminous awareness of which everything comes and goes. Is it possible to recognize this? A brilliant, bright, luminous spaciousness, like starlight in the night sky. Can you rest here? Abiding in this quality of natural, luminous awareness. With a knowing that awakening happens naturally. No effort, no striving, just silent, effortless being. And just noticing wherever your attention goes, this luminosity of awareness is present. The light shines through. And practicing for the next minutes on your own. If you get distracted, just recall the posture points, the quality of awareness, and moving your attention in and down. And in the closing minutes of this practice, I'll share a poem by Zen monk Basho. Sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes and the grass grows by itself. Sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes and the grass grows by itself. Being aware and awake happens naturally. No effort, no striving. Effortless being. Inviting you to very slowly, if you wish, to bring some movement back to your body. Perhaps rubbing your hands together. Creating some heat. Gently placing your palms over your eyes. Giving yourself a very gentle, eye and face massage as you wish. I'm grateful for this mind, this body, these eyes, everything they allow us to see and to do in the world. I'm feeling a sense of gratitude for this practice, for this community and this Sangha, all showing up to be together and to practice together. A deep bow of gratitude for allowing me to guide you today. And just very gently and slowly coming back to your seat. In the end of this meditation practice, you can now stop the recording and we'll go into some reflection and sharing.